Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I also want to say Shalom to the whole full elect, hearing this word in truth and in sincerity. Alright, I'm the brother Awalam from the GMS West Palm Beach Camp, back on another lesson. Through the spirit, I want to do a quick lesson. Watching prophecy watched by Adi Ashwambi yesterday, the secret counsel of the wicked, and pretty much going into how the PCR, test, pretty much goes deeper than what people believed it was. Because when they were sticking that swab up your nose, all right, people thought that they were getting tested for, the scamdemic, all right. But come to find out that it goes deeper than that, and whether it's true or not, the Lord knows, going into cloning and shit like that. But when you look at it, that's pretty much Esau's plan to undermine the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because this devil, he really want to change or alter the Lord's whole creation, man, which is not going to happen, because as it is written, the elect is in John the 10th chapter, the elect is in the hand of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and cannot be plucked out. But the rest of these people, he will get. All right, he will get these people, to bow to his system, to bow to, what he got going on. You see? So Esau's plan to undermine Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to fail miserably. But this is Psalms chapter 10 and verse 1. It says, "Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble?" Which, to the naked eye, it seems like all of this is going on, and the Lord, is not doing anything, but the Lord is, but he's letting prophecy, play out. Because it's already written that, Esau, Edom would be doing these things. So prophecy just got to play out until the Lord moves on Esau, Edom. So the psalmist is pretty much prophesying, right now. Why standest thou far off? Because once again, the average person will see these things happening and they'll ask themselves, well, why is God letting this thing happen? Well, the Lord is letting the thing happen to let prophecy play out, man. Because as it is also written, the wicked will be revealed in our times. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord will consume with the spirit of his mouth and with the brightness of his coming. All right, that's 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. It says, verse 2, "The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." Right. Esau, Edom is doing all of this, to pretty much take control of the Lord's people, which are you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. Because he know who we are. He know that the blessings in the birthright was given to Jacob. So they're trying to offset prophecy. They're really trying to offset prophecy by, altering, genes and going into, changing the human DNA and all that shit that Esau Edom is into, man. He's a true Frankenstein. All right? But his plan to undermine the Most High's creation, undermine the Most High, is going to fail miserably. Because like it says, when he's about to fill his belly, then the Most High is going to cast his fury upon him. Okay? Verse 3 says, "For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth." Right, in this system, or wickedness is pretty much upholded. Evil is rewarded. No good is punished in this system. You trying to do good in this world, you trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, what happens? Something is bound to happen to where you get in trouble. With Esau, man. It just doesn't work out. But if you want to make it in this world, you got to do some kind of wickedness. If you wanna, go up there, in terms of status, you gotta do some kind of wickedness, to be accepted, or of Esau, man. All right, and it's the spirit that all this is coming out, dealing with the E-files, because behind that is the practices of the Canaanites. You see, so Esau, Edom, he'll bless you, so to speak. He'll bless you, so to speak, by giving you a part of his kingdom. If you bow to the wickedness that he's doing. All right. It says the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. You see? The wicked will not seek after the Most High. And it wasn't given to him to seek after Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. But I'm bringing this out because, it's important for you to understand who your enemies are. To you Israelites out there, man. You want to be buddy-buddy with Esau. See, and every time we bring up the so-called white man and dealing with judgment, Jake, they shrivel up. They shrivel up as if Esau don't have, hundreds of years of history are under his belt concerning wickedness towards our people, man. And when they come against us, it's not us that they come against. It's really Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, because the Lord says, he requires that which is past. Ecclesiastes 3:16. So you trying to get Esau out of his judgment, you're going to fall in line with his judgment, man. He said, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Continuing on, verse 5, it says, his ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. Not only does he do this to the heathen, he puffeth at the heathen because, of course, to the heathen, Esau is a god. His blessing is the sword. So, of course, he's going to puff at, the heathen. Of course, he's going to puff at Jake. But this devil has been so proud. Now he's puffing at the Most High, telling the Lord what he's getting ready to do with this creation. See? Getting ready to alter humans. He already altered, the food, as it is written. All right, our bread would be defiled among the Gentiles. So he already altered the food, man. The fruits are not pure no more. Certain meats are not pure no more. Now his next step is to alter, humans. And they said that demon, Yuval Noah Harari, said that humans are hackable animals. You see? So now he's trying to hack humans. So as it is written too, Yahushua said, if the days were not shortened, then no flesh would be saved. Okay? See, and this is why we need Yahushua to come back, man. For all you Israelites that love Esau, and then when we bring out the fact that Yahushua is coming back to destroy Babylon the Great, aka America, you get your panties in a bunch. What we're speaking, what we're prophesying, beginning with our apostles and elders, should be a comfort unto the people of our nation. But once again, we know that 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're not going to get it until they get into the kingdom. Right now they love it here. They see 20, 30 years down the line. They have no vision. Where there is no vision, the people perish, man. Okay? They have no vision concerning the downfall of Babylon the Great, all right, and the upcoming kingdom of Yahushua. It says, he have said in his heart, verse 6, he have said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And he's wrong about that. He's wrong about that because Esau, Edom, spiritually, they don't got it. It's going to get to the point where, their gods, the gods that they pray to, will not be answering them no more. Because, hey, Satan works for the Most High. Satan works for the Most High. So it's going to come to a point where that left-handed magic, that left-handed shit that Esau do, it's not going to be working for him no more. Okay? Salakia. Yeah, it's not going to be working for him anymore. So therefore, he's going to be left out to dry, you know, and that's when he's going to see that the bullshit that he's been doing, you know, was all vanity, man. And to be quite frank, I can't wait to get these devils in the kingdom, man. Alright? To see justice served in the kingdom, to see justice served when the Lord come back, you know, that's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. Verse 7, it says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. You see? So, you got people that are in a delusion. They think that Esau got it. They think that Esau, you know, is the wisest or the best people on this planet. Esau is the lowest, man. They're the basest of men. You know, but through, as Elder Yashawama says, pseudoscience, you know, hey, Esau, Edom has pretty much put himself on a pedestal to where every nation think that he is God. You know, they base everything off of IQ. You know, which at the end of the day, true wisdom is the wisdom of the scriptures. But through Esau's world, he's based pretty much wisdom on your IQ. You know, and that's why you commonly hear, you know, these crackers talk about, oh, you got a low IQ. Low IQ individual. Shut the fuck up, man. I hate hearing when they say that shit. Low IQ this, low IQ that. Do you know the scriptures? You know? Well, hey, with how high Esau's IQ, with how high their IQ is, they should know not to sleep with little boys. You know, they should know to not be, you know the things that they do, man. The things coming out of the E-files. You know, they boasting their IQs, but then doing shit like that, man. Committing sodomy, committing bestiality. You know, I'm gonna read verse 7 again. And this is the shit that the elite of this world is into, man. You know, you would think that, you know, the way they portray themselves, that they're the wisest on the planet, but this is the shit that they doing. So once again, you know, as an Israelite man and an Israelite woman, you know, you shouldn't really feel bad for, you know, how these devils they mock you. You know, they come against you. Even these people out here, man. It's like, I don't mean to talk too much, but even these people out here, you know, in your everyday life, you know, they look at you crazy or they talk shit about whatever they do. They're not coming against what's coming out on the Epstein files, man. Right? That shows you what? That they're in agreement. So it don't bother them. It don't rub them the wrong way that children is going missing every year. Thousands of children is going missing every year. Right? Esau is, you know, is into little boys. You know, they're committing sacrifice. All these things that they're doing, you know, these people should be in an uproar. You know, but hey, once again, they're in agreement with it. There's no outcry about it. You know? But this is I'm gonna read verse 7 again. It says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. So every time Esau go on the TV and talk, it's always some bullshit coming out of his mouth. They'll put on a suit and a tie on, you know, slick their hair back, comb their hair back, and then talk bullshit. And people will eat it up. Why? Because they've been deceived. No, this is what the scriptures call. This is what the scripture mean by when it says the devil and Satan, man. The world has been deceived to believe that Edomite image that they put out there, that so-called white image that they put out there, is pure and innocent, man. So when Esau go in front of the TV and he talks, you know, they go on the news and they talk, people are looking at him and they're like, everything that he's saying is true, you know. And it's something about, you know, it's just something about the image of Esau that people get hypnotized by. All right, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, we've been dehypnotized from that shit, man. Because we were all once in the world where we thought that Esau had it. That Esau was the highest form of intelligence, so to speak. You know? And when I say highest form of intelligence, I just mean like, you know, you go to Esau for answers, man. You know? You want to know something, you watch a video where Edomite is talking and explaining it. Now, of course, Esau, Edom, he'll bring out some truth, you know, but you take the meat and spit out the bones, man. You know, he'll tell you the truth and then mix some lies up with it, and that's the devil for you, you know. But like I said, you chew the meat and you spit out the bones. But hey, we don't go to Esau no more for nothing, man. The scriptures talk about it, how the remnant shall not stay upon him that smote him. Of course, we're here and we gotta, you know, maintain and go to the little shopping centers and whatever, you know. But that's the scriptures. Other than, you know, going to Esau, for spiritual understanding, we don't do that no more. You know, whereas you got some of our people that still go to Esau for spiritual understanding and trying to understand the Bible and trying to understand certain things. Let me get that real quick in Isaiah 10. Isaiah chapter 10. And verse 20. Shalaki, man. Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 20. And it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. Okay, so the remnant is not going to stay upon Esau. It's not going to stay upon, you know, these devils for, you know, the one of all things. Because the time is coming to where, you know, at the end of the day, we're going to be going through the wilderness, so to speak, again. Pretty much, we're going to be exiled of the system because what Esau, Edom is building through the digital system, if you don't get down with it, then you pretty much can't participate in it. You know, so a lot of these people that depend on Esau for everything, guess what? They're gonna get taken. Ooh, matter of fact, let's get that in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter. Second Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the day shall come, that day which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. You see? So, the Lord is getting ready to take this truth away from the public, man. Of course, the truth is going to be among his servants, but the Lord is getting ready to take the truth away from the public. You see? And it's going to be hidden to a lot of these people. So, you know, they're not going to have that covering. They're not going to have the understanding to know. Don't go to Esau. You know, when this devil brings about this CHIP, a lot of people not going to have the understanding to know that this is the MOTB, the mark of the beast. You know, of course, people are going to hear, you know, people are going to remember hearing it from somewhere. All right, but the really not take it, you know, they're not going to have that understanding. And that's on them because, you know, this thing, the understanding, the breakdown, it comes out every day. They don't listen. So when that mark of the beast comes out, you know, and they're not going to have the understanding. They're going to get taken by it, you know, and thus they're going to be part of Esau's, you know, digital Tower of Babel, man. You know, they're going to be altered. They're not going to be a creation of the Lord no more. You know, they're going to be patented by Esau. Like when you go in the definition of, you know, Mark in the book of Revelation 13, it says a badge of servitude. You know, of course, it says to the Antichrist, which you understand that, you know, it's not just one person. As it is written, there are many anti-anointed ones. So really, it's a badge of servitude to Esau's system. The people that's going to take that chip, that's going to say that, that they fully agree with the system. That's going to say that they fully agree with, having Esau as their master. So, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, hearing this word in truth and in sincerity. Until next time, I say shalom and abba.